Let me ask you, anybody else out there ever heard of tar blobs? Feels like it was something that us locals should know about, right? But our producers who are new to the area hadn't really heard of it, and they got more familiar with it after they were told to bring baby oil to the beach. So here to talk about it this morning is Texas Land Commissioner Dawn Buckingham. Thank you for joining us this morning, Dawn. You know, I didn't even bring baby oil to the beach when I went. It was just something I thought I had to walk off. Is that really a good tip?
Well, thanks for having me on this morning. We're excited to be here.
Yeah. So for anyone who doesn't know, just explain, what are tar balls?
Sure. You know, we have hundreds of natural seeps in the Gulf of Mexico. So tar balls have been identified coming up on our coast actually as early as the 1500s, when the first European explorers came upon our shores. So it's nothing new, but it is annoying. And so we just like to let people know they tend to come more often in the summer. We're seeing a little more kind of in the Galveston and our northern coast area. And so just have people know it's not a really big deal, but do alert us. There's a call-in line to let us know. We are cleaning it up in our oil spill division, and just bring something like baby oil or a skin safe cleaner to get it off if you get some on you. It's not a problem.
And what exactly do they look like? Are they always like really small on the bottom of your feet, or what should people be looking out for?
Most of them are really small, maybe the size of a quarter, but sometimes they can be many feet in diameter. It's kind of interesting. Sometimes people think that they're cow patties floating in the Gulf, which they, of course, are not, but it just depends on kind of what their original form was. But most of the time, they're really, really tiny, and you just don't even see it. But sometimes they can be big.
Yeah, they got on my baby's feet last month when we were in Galveston. I almost wanted to take a picture because I was like, oh, he's a real Texas baby now. So this is something that's pretty unique to Galveston beaches, though. Why do we only see it in our area?
You know, we see it all up and down the Texas coast. I think we see it a little more. It depends on when. It seems to be more when the cold currents kind of come in the summer. So I think we're just in a special current pattern right now. I tell everybody, you know, I grew up kind of down on the coast by Galveston, and it's so much better now than it was when I was a little kid, that I'm like, you know, getting oil and gas out of there might help those natural seeps slow down a little bit. When we end these tar balls, might be a good thing.
Yeah, so what should people, you had mentioned earlier that maybe people should call in and say where you've seen them, but what's the importance with reporting them, and how can people do that?
Well, we just do like to know when people are seeing them. We do constantly survey all of our beaches. I'll have to get you the call-in number. I don't have it right in front of me, but if you look up General Land Office Oil Spill Division, it's right there on the alerts. It's a 1-800 number. But it helps us we're always analyzing them just to be sure, you know, that they're not coming from a specific origin, that we don't have an unknown oil spill. That's our big worry. If it's just the natural seeps, it's just one of those things that happens. But if we've had a spill that's gone unidentified, we do want to identify it quickly and be sure it's taken care of.
All right, all good points, Dawn. I appreciate it. And yeah, it had been a long time since I had seen any, but we do know that they're floating up on Texas beaches now. So if you do want to call in and report them, we're going to put that phone number on our website, click2houston.com. Dawn Buckingham, thank you so much for joining me this morning.